right here. Just sitting over here because this is with the backdrop. Fucking one of the best backdrops actually.
When did you fellas come out?
Just doing.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Thanks for coming, guys. Thanks. Wow, it's an honor. It's an honor for you to. Yeah, it's an honor for us for you being on our kaupapa, bro, our podcast, bro, the Golden Pot, and also it's a huge honor actually, bro, having a backdrop like this, bro. Here to acknowledge the mana whenua of Ngāti Maha.
Aye, tika.
Aye, Ngāti Maha, bro, and but just wanted to take this time, bro, to. It's been a bit of a journey for our kaupapa. So as we may know, bro, our world's moving pretty quick. The world's moving pretty quick, bro, and the technology world is moving much faster. So hopefully we're able to capture something from your era, bro, and the many other eras, and you know, with the likes of having having Tukiri on board
Yeah.
So we want to try and get the ball rolling, and hopefully we're able to capture these stories, and so our young ones will be able to see all of this.
No, cool. No. I mean, you know, only hey, we're at that time now where it's all about giving. You know, not being stubborn and holding it to ourselves. You know, we're all at that stage now that, you know, these kids need to something to look at. So no, all good.
So before we start, are you okay for us to have a karakia? Yeah. Taku whare wānanga, whare tōpito i rā atua, whare ngākau i rā wairua, whare whatumanawa i rā tangata, whare hinengaro i rā tekuna, whare waha i rā whenua, whare tangata i rā ariki, taku whare wānanga. Haumie, taiki. So, and the next mahi we do, bro, I'll get you to introduce yourself and who you are, your whānau, and also your introduction into rugby league.
Okay, cool. Ko tainui te waka, ko waikato te awa. Ko taupiri te maunga. He pōta tau te whero te tangata. A tēnei te mihi kia koutou. Ko Hekewaru Muru toku ingoa.
And mum and dad as well?
Yeah, I've got a count them. Yeah. 5 brothers, 1 sister. One of my brothers just passed away, Jody, a couple of years ago, so he was adopted into the whānau with Ako Tau Mōranga and Auntie Ruby.
Oh, yes.
And he was our 3rd eldest, but he's passed away now, so moi mai rā, taku teina. And then our sister, Sharon, Huri is the tuakana. Yo, Jody, Sharon, Robert, and Tani for us.
And so we can elaborate on him, your tamariki bai or mokopuna?
Oh, I've had 3 girls, 1 boy. Tyler being the eldest. And then Mihi Tioki Whare, named after my mum. Tioki Whare, and Summer Cody Tiawira. She was adopted to Sharon's whānau, sister, Diri, and Type, from Taharoa. So at that time, Sharon's sister couldn't have kids. So Sharon's way of helping that whānau was giving our youngest Summer to her whānau. So, yeah, got about, mukupuna, got about 8. 8 mukupuna, 3 passed away at birth. So Tyler lost, 2 kids at birth, and which was hard for her. Losing one, then losing another one again, that was very hard for my daughter, so that was very sad, but knowing that those kids are, Heavenly Father will look after them. And in Mihi, she actually lost one at birth too. So that was 3 of them being big. Never looked at them.
Ngā mihi wala, ngā mihi moera. Ngā mihi mo tō kōrero whānaki o tō whānau, tō honoha, tō whānau, tō whakapapa. Me te whakanui I ngō mātua ai. Our parents, man, they're really important in our lives. Hopefully, but later on in our kōrero, hopefully we can elaborate all where they contributed or how they contributed, bro. So, awesome.
Oh, cool.
Awesome. So, Hicks, just wanted to, in your own time, cuz take us down memory lane, and where would you start? Where rugby league? Where did you see? Where did we introduce yourself in terms of rugby league and all that?
Oh well, just like yourself, I suppose. Started from the younger grades at Tūranga Waiwai. Worked myself through to the under 15s. And spent a lot of time down Taniwharau.
Yeah.
Tūranga Waiwai up to when I was 15. Become a schoolboy Kiwi. That tournament was held in Huntly. Alongside Tū Karoto Mahuta, Doobie Green all made the Northern Zone. And then, I was fortunately lucky to be picked in the tournament team. And that tournament team played a 3-test series against New South Wales Catholic schools.
Yeah.
Yep. 2 games at Davies Park and 1 down in Eddington Showgrounds at Christchurch. So it was actually nobody won. It actually turned out to be a draw. But it was a good introduction for me into football. I just loved it. We're all born and bred into it.
Yeah.
So no, it was great. All our coaches, Bahirangi, George Tupere, my dad, all had a big contribution into schoolboy rugby league back in those days. So no, it was good times. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The only thing I was to get us probably unsettled about when Saturday football was coming along, and if it was raining, he was waiting for the cancellations on the radio.
Yeah, that's right.
And if it was raining, sometimes in the here on the radio, football's still on. Oh yeah. Always look forward to playing. So yeah, but enjoyed my my 7s to the under 15s with the club. Club really looked after me and gave me a good pathway. And with Uncle Barton and there, showing the way. No, it was really good.
Awesome. That's awesome.
And then from there, I went out to play for Tanny.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. There was there wasn't a 17s team there, so I was actually staying down Huntly at that time, working in the PEP scheme with Uncle Bubs, Robert Mahuta, doing some money down there, so I was able to play alongside Tū Karoto, Carly Berryman, all those fellas, Doobie, Dickie, and Uncle Hori, Little Hori was our coach, and Auntie Billy Green was our manager. Yeah, so great players there, Major Tahapehi, really enjoyed my time down there.
Awesome. No, well, like you see there, we wouldn't have a clue for my era of what sort of encounters that you had. Well, it's a pleasure, it's an honour actually to know that he played for the green and gold, but knowing it's a bigger picture when the journey continues.
Yeah, I really think that's where I learnt a lot of my football. You know, training down, you know, I'll stay with Uncle Harry out to Mungan.
No.
And then, you know, and go down the park and train with Uncle Rick, your dad, Uncle Harry, Jules, Barna, all those fellas. So I had a really close affiliation with them. And then when they moved out to Karioi Maunga to train, we'd be training, 17, when we finished, there'd be there's no winger there. Uncle Pop will say, "Cowboy, on the wings," you know, and so that's where you started learning your trade. There's no better trade to learn than when you got Uncle Pop, Harry, Uncle Rick, Warren, you know, Jules, Barna, you know, all those fellas there, Tank. So no, it was really a special time where I really learnt my trade anyway.
Oh wow, this is awesome, man! This is awesome. Yeah, thank you for sharing this these memories, man. And yeah, if you didn't hear that whānau, yeah, that's we'll say that again. Hekewaru Muru in the green and gold jersey.
And I actually had a season of reserves.
Wow.
You know, I had a season of reserves down there with Patrick Cohi, Harvey Rotana, Jeremia Tupaia, all those fellows were there. So, you know, it was really spent a bit of time down there. Well, that's my whānau down there too. You know, yeah, so it was really exhilarating for me and really loved it. And like you say, that's probably where I left my trade.
So we can carry on. So you wanna any other memories, guys, from those times?
Not really. That was pretty much it.
So yeah, we can. If you want to transition us into the senior level, what did the senior level look like? And who were your peers or your teammates moving into the senior level, and what teams?
That's probably home. At 17, I went to rugby.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So after my Tony Whaanau stint down there, I moved home, and there wasn't another under-19s or anything. I didn't want to play reserves. I didn't want to jump up to Prems at that time. Yeah, so Ngārua Waihe Rugby approached me.
Okay.
And they were looking at doing big things.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And so the coach, Doug Forsyth, went to go and see Mum and Dad and told for me to go. So I did go, and I think that just opened a big door for me. A lot of our whānau weren't happy what I did.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't allowed into the pub because of that, because the whānau were the barman. But I took the opportunity, and Ngārua Waihe were at 3rd division then. Then I joined them at 2nd division, and then they went to 1st division. And I was playing senior football at 17, 18. You know, and I think if I was to be truthful, those were really the best days of my life. You know, Ngārua Waihe were a great team. They won back-to-back Waikato 1st Division championships, you know, under the guidance of Maya Malsom and Peter Wills. And there was a lot of our own boys, Dean Haggie, Glenn Solomon, Philip Bailey, Ross Wall, were all homegrown. So it was good to mix it in there and to win back-to-back Rugby 1st Division champions. It was even the icing on the cake, really. But really, things started to happen. I made the Waikato team at 18. Seniors. Played 30 games for Waikato. through that, made the New Zealand juniors. That was with Michael Jones, Zinzan Brook, Mike Brewer, Greg Cooper, all those guys, all well-known All Blacks. And then made New Zealand Māori rugby at 18. So through that, I saw the world, you know, little married boy from Ngārua Wāhia out there travelling the world doing rugby. So I was very grateful that I was going up and down the country playing Waikato, playing New Zealand Māoris, playing New Zealand juniors, and then and then it's time to go home.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
What a journey thus far, man. Look, we're near 18 years old, and look, this is it's bloody blowing up. It's blowing up pretty big, actually, and thank you for sharing that. So, any conversations from your cousins or your bros while you were in that space of rugby?
Yeah, well, you know, Karioi Maunga came to us. He comes to play. He won a championship with us. You know, he came to us and he really enjoyed his time. It was good to have my cousin there with us. You know, he was a winger, centre. You know, and during those times during the Koroneihana, we'd have trainings on Thursdays, and Uncle Harry, Uncle Pop and all come into the rugby club. And had beers with us, and alongside Dan Solomon, Leo Muru, you know, it was always, so you could sense that they had a big understanding of what was happening, you know.
So in terms of your transition into rugby, what did it look like for mum and dad, auntie and uncle, and what were the kōrero or the messages or maybe advice, or how did that look?
They really didn't give much advice, but they gave their blessing, and to me that's all I needed to go forward.
As you can proceed, cause now I'm getting distracted from the Maunga. Jeez.
You got the view.
So where were we? Cause you talked about mum and dad, You talked about mum and dad, and how did that look from their any sort of advice or guidance, or I suppose being parents is number one,
I just think, you know, Dad did a lot for us. And he really didn't say much, but I think he was happy. You know, Mum was happy. She'd come up to the rugby club and join in, and at that time was Auntie Papi, you know, Phil Tiwiata, his wife, Auntie Pane, and all the Ngārua Wāhia whānau, so he felt safe involved with me, so no, it was really good for me anyway. You know, knowing that it's all about whānau,
So you've returned, you did your stint, and what a stint it was going.
I had a bit of a rock patch with the coach who was coaching at that time, Waikato, and I thought, well, that's the cue for me to say, that's the cue for me to say hi there, rā.
Yeah, indeed.
You know.
Shan, just all behind us.
Yeah. And at that time I was 26, you know, I didn't want to go back any older than that, you know, I thought I got a bit more to offer, so, you know, I made the decision to go home, you know, and to go home, for mum and dad, you know.
Oh, well, from our perspective, bro, we're only like, you know, I mentioned I had a discussion with Tikiri, and he mentioned the same thing, bro, about your accolades and your ability to jump from toe to toe. So he did say that either code that you were able to, you know, excel, and
I think going into rugby with a rugby league background was easy for me. You know, played big islanders with big thighs, but you know, I knew how to tackle. You know, from their league, you didn't have to hit them. But when they come up to you, well, you just all those skills. Beat them on the outside. The ball will always beat the man. That sort of stuff. So, yeah, and running holes. Rugby players don't know how to run holes.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, big gaps out there, and it was a field day really, until they started tightening up those defences. You look around the world now, who's all in the rugby scene that are with rugby league experience in attack, they're all ex-rugby league players.
Awesome, that's awesome. So, if we were to make our way into transition into senior rep football, or even sharing your memories going back to Karioi, going back to the club, and what did that look like?
Oh, it was really a no-brainer for me. You know, I was always going to go back there, and there were a couple of somber faces when I made that decision, because, you know, I don't know why their rugby looked after me financially at times, you know, but I think that I've offered them a lot to myself. So it was a two-way thing. And I went back to the club. It was funny when I went to training, because the rugby fields were there and the league was there. So instead of running to the rugby field, I was going to the league field, and all the faces were coming.
I bet, man. Gee.
But after that, it was a no-brainer. They were all kind of, you know, like you say, you know, they got the best years of my life with them. You know, even though I was getting a bit older, 26, I thought, well, if I don't do it now, I'm never going to go back and have a bit of spark to go back to the club.
Oh, awesome. Oh, well, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing these details, these finer details, just to help all of us understand how the transition went, and what were those conversations, what were those engagements, what did they look like.
But the first year was very difficult. You know, our first game was Karioi, and I ran out, and all you could see them all looking at me, and kill him! Jamie Ryan and all the boys trying to, and I was getting a discount. Oh. But I had to go through that first year as a transition, and to work myself back into it. I found it, it took a while, you know. You know, defence, a lot of things, and getting my mind around from where I was. And it did take a year, but I like to think I got my head around it.
Nice. And we touch on like this example, like you're also that type of athlete too, bro. We think of the likes of Sonny Williams when he transitioned from league back over to rugby and returning back to league. So I just wonder what they did, mental sort of preparations.
Well, you know, that's probably for SBW too, is to go into the boxing ring. You know, I look at it when he's the true professional. So, you know, a lot of doubters out there, but he's pulled through.
So you come back to Turangamoa first year, found your feet again. What did that run look like? You know, you cruising through with the boards, and you came away with a few championships in that return, mate.
I look back on my rugby, my league. I never lost one. Yeah. So I was very, very, very lucky to come away and without losing one. So, you know, and that to me was a big thing. You know, you'd go out there and sometimes you're behind in the game, but you've always had that sense it's not over till it's over. You know, and at times players make big decisions to get you back into the game. You know, and that sort of just gets another energy rush, and boom, you're on their level again.
Jeez. Yeah, so we wanna, we touched on the many battles. We wanna touch briefly, both. Oh no, not briefly, but at your own pace. What the Kurunehanga battles look like from your perspective?
Well, they were always big, you know. And I think, back then it was, it's not like it is these days, you know, that real rivalry, koro mehana, everybody knows what's online, you know, and, no, you know, we were playing the likes of, Blake Gilbert, and, you know, all those players, you know, so, koro mehana was no different to any, but it added that spice of the lady being the patron of the Māori Rugby League, you know. And I think back then every player knew what that was. I don't think they know it these days, you know.
Hence the reason of these stories that you're able to share, bro, and the many other tuakana that are able to get on here and share that, so we're able to bring back some mana back into our riri in a way.
Yeah.
But also it's already there, it's already there, and we're all capable, our young ones here are all capable, but just need a bit of guidance and navigating through what's happening. Okay, bro, so yeah, we're gonna move into some representative football now, bro. Rugby league, representative football. In particular, wow, you had a good stint with the work of the Cougars. What did that look like?
Well, that was, came at the right time. You know, we all heard stories this was happening, and then when it finally got off the ground, bro, there was nothing but, excitement with us. You know, we want to play the best, you know, in New Zealand, you know, and getting Joe Gwynn there was a big coup, and then he had the opportunity to bring down Francis, Aaron Tucker, Gavin, Mike Thompson, all those guys from Auckland, you know, and were they as good as us? I think we were on par, but they played that week in, week out, Auckland Coldplay, so they knew how to do the simple things right, and that's what we had to learn. You know, we were a team that liked to play off anything. You know, it's on, but I'll tell you what, you know, let's graft the way first. Yes, and Joe Gwynn had a big insight into the Auckland Rugby League competition, the players. You know, we'd play players and he'd go, this is how you play it. You do this, you do this, you do this, and this will happen. And it did. Yeah.
That's simple, direct, and no mucking around, eh?
Yeah, and plus, you know, we had our own Billy Cows, Rex, Uncle Rex there, you know, all on board and pushing that, how would you say, to get continuity and to get completion, what we did. Yes. But I really loved it. We could fiddle with the best. And I think in the end, I don't think we knew how to finish. We were good at getting to the semis, but getting to the semis is just, how would you say, getting to the semis, that's the big time. How you got there before that is non-valid. You're there, and you're on the dance floor, that's where it all happens. And I think we had a good season, both seasons, but I think, you know, we just weren't, I think, strong enough to push on further.
That's awesome. I remember one memory, I was in the 90s, right? Myself, I also mentioned this to Tukiri when I interviewed him. Myself, Lance, Tahi Kaho, Senior, Tahi Kaho Senior, and a few other boys that were bubbles in a couple of the games that was played at Davies Park. And one in particular was against Auckland City Vulcans, and at that time Stacey Jones was number 7, eh? And
that was his first game?
Yeah, first game, 16, 17 year old.
You could just imagine a 16, 17-year-old had all the skills, had the agility, had the nous, but when you trying to stop a young fella like that on fire, carved us up. Yeah.
Well,
we carved them up after the game with the club.
And there was an atmosphere at Davies Park when the people would play there. I couldn't get into the liquor store to get a free ticket on the Line Red box, but I found some Line Red boxes with the tickets and ripped the tickets off and get into the game.
I think it was good for everybody back home to see Waitakere, Canterbury Cardinals, Auckland Vulcans, and all those teams, you know. And when we were playing, you see all the teams, there was Haito Okeseni, the Paul brothers, or, you know, all those fellas that all came out and made their statement into the big international league, eh?
Massive. And what year did you finish playing, if you can recall?
I'm not quite sure. 2000 I left to go to Aussie, so it must have been 1999 was my last year.
Was there any footy playing over there?
No. No, it was just gone over there and it was just wanted to take my family over there and at least Dad took you to Aussie. But I left them all there. They all come home. Yeah, but enjoyed it.
Our podcast has some quick fires, and these quick fires are based on your own perspectives of wherever you were in that area in that time. But just want to touch on. I've got a few actually to ask, but however brief or we want to drag it up, however that may look.
Yep.
So our number one thing is in our quick fires group. Your parents doing all sports.
I owe a lot to them, to the dad. I used to see Dad was coaching, Mum washed the clothes, washed the gear bags with old army bags. Mum would be up till about 4 o'clock in the morning, drying the clothes by the open fire, you know, and you used to watch those things, and you know, to you, that's where you get all your inspiration and the hard work that they do, you know, to make sure that that we got to the game. My old man wouldn't let me play at my football lessons when razor white, so I had to get out there and scrub them white hairs. You know, if they weren't white, you don't play, and so that just gives you a sense of pride when you put on your gears. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
So yeah, a big shout out to my mum and dad.
Nice. Now, number 2. From your own perspective, Kingi-kun. What did Kingi-kun look like? Were you playing the game?
I think, it wasn't an issue with me. You know where you're from, you know what you got to do, and you know who you do it for. You know, so you go to Kingitanga, you go to Waikato Māori, Toma Mahuta, the lady being one of the patrons of there. So you know, when you look at the old man and them, what they did, you know, that's how we felt. You know?
And you're pretty. You've been heavily involved in the movement, and also, being a part of the Koro Meihana, being on the pai. Also, that's really important. You captured in a couple of footage during our King's Tangi, how you hiki te makuhai, ngā koho o te iwi, and the aroha o te iwi.
Yeah, that was, I never thought I'd be there. I never thought I'd be sitting there. You know, that wasn't even in my dreams, but things sort of just worked that way. I looked at our pai, it was decimated. You know, and all those ones that used to sit there are all gone. So I thought, well, I've got to help out in that way. I can speak in English, I can public speak in English, but I need to transform that into Māori. So yes, it's starting to get a bit bigger, but I just think it's hard to go out. I'd like to stay where I'm safe, help our whānau, and help our marae, and help our hui. You've got all the big speakers out there. Well, where's the ones when they come home? Next week they're all trapped into going here, there and everywhere. Where's our whānau left on their own? So yeah, so I just want to, like football, you need to train hard, and build that camaraderie so we can get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 speakers. And hey, basically about our young kids too. They see it.
That's a good thing, man. The many principles in sports they apply to many other life aspects.
And I've always had a saying: everything that I've done has always gone back to the 5 Ps.
Right.
Prior preparation prevents poor performance. So yeah, always go back to that. You're not doing it properly. You've got to get ready. Prepare. Do your best.
Number 3, bro, is your sibling, but in particular your brother Hekewaru, and his journey is I never got to see play or heard he play or anything, but I know damn well. I heard a lot of stories. So yeah,
I looked up to my big brother. He went to Wesley. Him and Maha went to Wesley, and so I looked up to him. He was made the first 15, made the New Zealand secondary schools rugby, and then he played for Tani Whaanau too. I remember Sonny Martega telling me a story. They went down to play Waitara. Sonny was the coach. And Huri was jumped on there with no boots, and Fox said, "Don't you play that boy? I'll never hear the end from her mother." So he ended up getting on there and won the game for Tani Whaanau. But he played for Tani Whaanau with Walter. Both Walter and Huri went to Otahuhu.
Yes. Oh yes.
And played in Auckland. And when he came back to Tūrangawaewae, he changed the whole scenery of the club. He was one of those fellas, there'd be no more this, there'd be no more that, there'd be head down, and he had to ruffle a few feathers. One fella will say, "I'm not going to do that. I want me and you out in the dark, let's sort it out now." And so he sorted that out, and it was train. So, fitness was his big motivation. You have those natural skills, you just got to be fit to execute it to the max out there, Yeah.
Oh, very good.
But I think he was the big instigator for the big shift in how the club went. And when he hacked up, and he had a lot of young fellas that came to the 19s with him, Jambo, all those fellas that we were playing Prems, and Robbie King, all those fellas, and he brought them up, and he changed the culture of the Premier Vision too. So, hey, the results are in the pudding, eh? Yes.
What a journey for Mojo Tanatu, and unfortunate circumstances, but man, that's life. And I'll see it from my own lens, and it ended short, but then memories that are still there that we can touch on and bring them forward. So to any of our viewers out there that had encountered or engaged with with Hiri, please share your whakaaro, share your memories, because we're here to keep these memories alive and share it for our arangatai, Awesome. So I've got a couple more, thank you. Your perspective on what does rugby league look like for you today?
The whole concept.
From you, awesome.
New Zealand, Australia. I think it's a big opportunity. A big opportunity for you. It's something we didn't have. The pathways are all there now, but I think it's what's up here, eh? It's what's up there. It's not necessarily the fellow with all the skills that are going to do it. It's the fellow with the work ethic that know he can get up and keep going. When all his mates are having a good time, he's out there doing the extras. Those things, and having a good support base from the parents, you have that tone, and you're going forward, and being humble and show a lot of respect, But I think our young boys these days have a lot more going on than what we had. We knew we were comfortable at home, but a lot of these young fellas now have a lot of other things going on that coincides with their football, whether they play well, whether they're not.
And our last one, mate, just want to handle it, your wife. How was the journey with your wife, but also the engagements during your rugby league pathway and journey, or your sports journey?
Well, I was 19 when I got married. Really didn't know what turn that would be, but hey, and yes, we've had ups and downs, but I've just finally realised now that it's better the devil you know than the devil you don't know. And she stuck by me through thick and thin, and get to this point now that we finally come to a place where we're both happy. 50-50. You cook, you wash, you cook. Those little things, We go out somewhere, we pay half. And so we've come to that sort of way of working, but no, we've got to be, I think we've got to be strong for our kids and our mukkos. A lot of mukkos are growing up and kids with broken families. I still want to be that statistic. But yes, it wasn't easy. I was 19. What do 19-year-olds always do? But no, she hung in there. When I was going to do my stuff, she was there with the kids. Made sure they were bathed, made sure you fellas know, Auntie Mungu, Auntie Joyce, your fellas' mum, they all did it.
They did it.
Yeah.
They had no other choice.
Yeah. So some of them could bail out.
Yeah.
And, those that are true to what they know and what they believe. Kia koutou, yeah.
Oh, awesome, cuz we've come to the end of our of your kōrero boy, of our wānanga, and I just want to thank you again. Do you have any final words, acknowledgements, or any shout-outs? Hey?
Oh, really? Yes. Oh, but probably just one thing I'd like to say is, I'd like to see our boys playing a bit of competition. Yeah. I think our boys are left short. I think, teams in the competition, they've shown that there's only 2 or 3 teams. The only way our boys are going to improve if they find a competition where they're going to be playing different players, challenging themselves week in, week out. And most probably, the Waikato board needs to change and not think of themselves and think of what the boys are going to do. But I know there are some changes.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that later.
Again, we just want to thank you, bro, from our Golden Pot team and around the motu and the world, to all our viewers out there. Thank you for tuning in, and ladies and gentlemen, Hekewaru Muru. So we open up with a Kaitoke praise, and we close up with one. Koirera ma whia hoi roto marama I roto. Tēnā te pau ki te pau ka aiki. Nā te pau o nei kōrero, nā te pau o tēnei rangatira, nā te pau o tēnei kaupapa, ka mā te ariki, ka mā te taura, kia puta ki te whaia o te ao marama. Tui te ora, tui te marama. Home ye, we ye, home ye. Yes, nice. Oh, yes.
As long as we just sit on that and play football. It feels massive, but the boys are just taking it in our stride, We won the championship this year, that's all I can ask for them, really. Long as we settle down and play football, instead of mouthing off with the opposition, trying to lose the plot, if we settle down and play football, play how we like to play, then we'll come right. We get a couple of tries, then we're away. But I 40-0 down, I wasn't really worried. As long as we got played our set of sixes out, held on to our ball, I knew we'd be alright. Once you're trying to be a player, keep telling the boys what to do. I let you spread all the work up, everybody's got their own little job, so I can concentrate on playing football.
And your brotherhood is here today?
Yeah. Oh, well, he was here, but, we couldn't carry the information. We just had to get out there and play football. Yep.